What if I told you that the same wrench can be sold in a set for $150 or $410? Because that's what I came across. Hey, welcome to the Master Tech Lou channel. I am Lou, and today I'm going to talk to you about tools. Working in the mechanic shop, in the dealership, we spend a lot of money on tools. I'll give you a scan of my toolbox. We have thousands upon thousands of dollars of tools in the toolbox. Well, how we accumulate those tools is one of two ways. One, you just start buying everything you see, or two, you buy what you need. And over time, you accumulate all the tools that you've had to use over time. If you watch any of my other videos, I have rules to working, rules in life, rules in general. Rule of three, if you have to borrow it 3 times, buy it. Odds are you're going to use it again. I don't care if those 3 times are within 30 days or if those 3 times are within 2 or 3 years. If you've had to do it 3 times, you're going to have to do it more. Buy your own, which leads me to this scenario here. I fell in love with these wrenches. One of the things I love about them is the raised head. Because of that little itty bitty extension on there, that saves a lot of space compared to that. All right, so here we have a 16 millimeter socket on a 3/8 ratchet, and here we got a 16 millimeter ratcheting wrench, all right, with the offset. Look at the difference there. All right, that really makes a difference when we're doing rear calipers, because the caliper bolt is so close to the control arm, you can't get a wrench in there, or I'm sorry, a ratchet with a socket in there. All right, even if you have the low profile socket, it's still too much. There's not enough clearance in there. And when you use just the flat portion on there, sometimes it's too close to the caliper bracket that actually hits the bracket. So having that little raised portion really does make a difference. What they are an extended extra length ratcheting wrench with an offset. They're reversible by clicking the selector. They are spline drive, which means they're not Torx, they're not hex, they're not 12-point, they're a square spline. So they grab rounded fasteners, 12-point, they grab 6-point, they grab Torx, they grab anything that fits the measurement of 15 millimeters, all right? They flex, beautiful. We were doing power steering rack bolt recalls on the Mercedes, and this goes over the frame just enough to grab the captured nut where you can't fit a wrench in there, or a socket or a ratchet, anything like that. So another rule I have is, if you can't get it close, get it far. Meaning, if you can't get in there with the tool up close to the nut or bolt because there's other stuff in the way, then get further away and work away from it with your hands and everything away, and you'll be able to get to it, right? Speaking of my rule of if you can't get it close, get it far, here my coworker is doing tail lights in the car. The tail light 10 millimeter retainer nuts are hidden behind the panel. Well, you can't really get your hand in there to put a ratchet and a socket on there. So what we did was we used the wrench, and from working far away from the actual mounting nut, you can easily just hold it with one finger so that way it stays in place, and then ratchet from the outside. So again, if you can't get it close, get it far. I was removing an AC compressor, and come to find that one of the bolts, one of the Torx bolts, was actually rounded on one of the teeth. The Torx socket wouldn't even fit on there right. I had to hammer the Torx socket on there. Well, the problem is you can't get the Torx socket back off there. So I tried using the spline drive on there, and when I put the spline drive, it fit right over the rounded portion, and it broke the bolt loose, all without getting anything stuck on there, and it didn't round it any more than it already was. So I was able to remove the bolt with ease. So I fell in love with these ratcheting wrenches. The only thing they're missing is they don't lock. If they were to lock in position, that would be the best wrench I've ever freaking used. A buddy of mine has these. I said, hey man, where did you get those wrenches from? And he told me the brand, and I Googled the brand, went to buy them, seen the price tag, and was like, wow, that's pretty hefty. So I decided to do some digging to see who makes these things and who offers them. And what I found blew my mind. All right, you ready? Check this stuff out. All right, so here's the wrench set. The only one I'm missing are Icon. Icon also has this exact same manufacturer with the Icon name, right? So now we have Platinum, which are offered by ATD Tools. We have Mountain, we got Matco, and we got Cornwell. They're the exact same ratchet. They're manufactured by the exact same company, all right? But they're offered by different distributors or tool companies. And the difference would be how they're engraved, whether the name is engraved in there or laser etched, the usage of the font, Okay. See how this one just says 16, 17, that's 16 millimeter. This is laser etched in there. All right. Exact same wrenches. Now, you ready for this one? Cornwell brand for the whole set, $409.95. Okay. So I decided to check Matco. $365. So just by going to a different brand, you already saved yourself almost $50. All right. So then I decided, well, you know what? Let me go to Google and see what Google has to show, whether it be on Amazon or just some random seller or distributor on Google, right? Then we come across the Mountain brand, which another one of my coworkers had. All right. So what do we get for the Mountain brand? Are you ready for this? $232. We're already almost $200 difference for the exact same tool set. All right. So then I decided to go deeper. Let's go see what else we can find on the Google, right? If you do long enough digging and researching and take your time and are not impatient, just wait for the right deal. I came across the Platinum Tool brand offered by ATD Tools. All right. So what do we get for this one? $154 for the set. All right. Actually offered through Walmart. Okay. Now I did find these as high as $199, but for $154, you get the same warranty through the same company. Okay. Now what would be the difference is the company that buys these to distribute them, if they buy mass quantities, they actually get a discount in the price per unit, which they're able to offer a lower price for them, right? So now this one, you get it from a tool truck. Guys will say, well, the truck comes to you once a week, so it's worth that price. You mean to tell me that waiting a week for them to show up is worth almost $260 more than just emailing the company and saying, hey, I broke one of your wrenches. Can you send me one out? And they mail you a new one within a couple days or a week, right? Look at that. 409 to 154. The exact same wrench. This is not a paid advertisement. This is more of a review, all right? A review on when you fall in love with something or a tool, take your time. Don't be impatient. Look around. If you have the money and want to just throw the money at the stuff, fine. I don't judge you. Not a big deal. It's just money. You'll always make more of it, right? It'll always come back to you if you don't stress about it, you know. But we need these tools to make money on them, right? I can't do the job unless I have the tool, but I can't make money on the job unless I get the tool at a good price. So if I spend $400 on this set, it's going to take me that many more jobs to make up for the tool, right? So I'm going to be in the negative until a couple of jobs go by, whether it be weeks or months or years, and then finally those tools kind of pay for themselves, right? So why not do a little bit of research and get the best bang for your buck on these, right? So I want to give a shout out to ATD Tools and their Platinum for having the best price. I actually reached out to them through my Instagram, and that's what they say. The guy that I spoke with, awesome guy, great to chat with, said that they do buy them all from the same manufacturer over in Taiwan or China or wherever it may be. Okay, I don't remember exactly what it was. It all depends on how they package them and how they engrave them and what they do to the tool to pass on to the buyer, right? So ATD Tools tries to make the best decision as to how to package the tooling so that way they can pass on the savings to the buyer, right? So they actually ended up sending me a bunch of swag. They sent me a sweater, a beanie, a hat, some notepads and pens, and a Turvis cup, and a couple of stickers that I'm going to put up in my garage. So I just want to give a shout out to ATD Tools. Thank you for working with me. I will leave a link down below to these wrenches that I had found. I hope you guys like these things. I really do love them. They are an unnamed brand, but the quality of these is great. I have quite a few guys in the shop that have these. That's why I have so many different brands, is because all of my coworkers have the different brands. And when they found out what I paid for them, they actually kind of got a little bit mad, right? Like, I can't believe I paid this for them, but they got their use out of them, right? They don't break. They're very sturdy. The heads are very stiff, right? So like the problem with flex head is when you go to try to angle it and it just flops down, right? These have very good stiff joints to them. Awesome tools. I'm not paid for these promotions, all right? I just wanted to share the info where you can get pro tools at DIY prices. All right. So don't feel like you have to spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for quality tools when there are quality tools that you can find for pennies on the dollar. All right. So I hope this review helps you. I hope this information helps you make some good decisions out there. You know, I'd rather put the money into spending time with my kids and family and going on vacations than I would spending excess amount of money just to be able to do the job. You know what I mean? Like, so that's just me personally. Again, I'm not judging anybody for whatever you want to do with it, because I got some tools. There's sometimes I'll see a price and I'm like, you know what? I want it. I don't care. Let me just buy it, and I buy it. I don't have to win on everything, right? And but I do love these. I'm gonna hit up ATD Tools and see what else they have, an add-on set for 2 extra wrenches. What you actually get in this set, let me show you. All right, so my set came in a box like this. All right, and there's the part number there, PLT 99650. All right, and here's all the wrenches. Just a simple case, nothing crazy. All right, and they come 8 mil, 10 mil, 12 mil, 14, 13, 15, 16, 18, 17, 19. And the extended set I'll put up there, I believe it's 21 through 24. 21, 22, 23, and 24, or 21, 22, 24, and 27. I'll show it on the video. You'll see it at the end. But that's the Platinum Tech tool. So, and again, they're reversible. All right, so it ratchets one way, click it, and it ratchets the other way. And I love that the reversible mechanism is here, because there's no lever here to actually get knocked. If you're ever trying to ratchet something on the car and then it ends up knocking the ratchet and you end up tightening it back up, kind of gets an annoyance in there. So hey, again, my name is Lou. Thanks for viewing this. I appreciate you coming to the Master Tech Lou channel. Check out my other review videos. Check out my how-tos. I try to share tips and tricks and my experience to help you, make you guys better automotive technicians or just mechanically inclined. You know, try to give you guys some information to help you in your day-to-day. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. Jump on over to ATD Tools on Instagram and send them a follow. They got some pretty decent photos and videos on there, and some really cool tools. I'm hoping they send me some of their shop lights to check out, or maybe even another set of wrenches to expand my set. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing. You guys take care.